In today's tie-break news, you'll follow everything that stirred up the China Open. Emma Raducanu's much-anticipated debut in Beijing, Zheng Qinwen's emotional comeback after surgery, Naomi Osaka's surprising exit, and the standout performances of rising stars like Mira Andreeva. Stories of resilience, unexpected victories, and turnarounds that only women's tennis can deliver. Stay until the end, because every detail matters in understanding how these players are shaping the future of the tour. Emma Raducanu made her long-awaited debut at the China Open and showed why she still generates so much excitement on the tour. The Brit, 2021 US Open champion, defeated Spain's Cristina Bucsa 6-3, 6-3 in a solid performance where her serve was decisive and her mental composure made the difference. It was a victory celebrated not only for the quality of play, but also for its symbolism. Raducanu has Chinese roots on her mother's side, and starting her Beijing campaign with the win carried special meaning. Raducanu managed to neutralize the pressure moments, especially in the first set, when Bucsa had 6 breakpoint opportunities. The Brit not only held firm, but also strung together 5 consecutive games to take control of the match. Her consistency against players outside the top 50 remains impressive, extending her positive streak in this type of matchup. This win also highlights her recent progress. Although still searching for more regularity, Raducanu showed efficiency in key moments, taking advantage of her opponent's vulnerability on the second serve and firing 5 aces that gave her confidence. Her next challenge will be against Jessica Pegula, the world number 5, a true test that will show how far she can go in this campaign. While Raducanu was writing her own story in Beijing, Zheng Qinwen also experienced a special moment in front of her home crowd. After more than 2 months away due to elbow surgery, China's #1 returned to the tour with a convincing 6-3, 6-2 victory over Colombia's Emiliana Arango. Even admitting she is not yet at full strength, Zheng used her home advantage and secured her first win since June. Zheng's triumph is even more meaningful given the context. She hadn't played since Wimbledon and decided to compete despite part of her team advising against it, motivated by the desire to reconnect with Chinese fans. That emotional bond was evident in her words afterward, reinforcing how much the energy of the crowd boosts her confidence. In addition, Zheng maintained her dominance over Arango, extending her head-to-head record to 3-0, all in straight sets. This control confirms her ability to impose herself against lower-ranked opponents, especially when playing in front of her home supporters. Another highlight of her return was the continuation of her excellent record in tournaments played in China. Zheng now holds 17 wins in 21 matches on home soil, a statistic that places her among the best on the tour in this category, trailing only stars like Gauff and Sabalenka. This strong record at home could be a crucial factor in relaunching her season. In the next round, Zheng will face Linda Noskova, a young and dangerous opponent whom she has already beaten twice. It will be a test not only of her technical ability, but also of her physical recovery after surgery. If Raducanu and Zheng set the positive tone of the day, Naomi Osaka had a setback. The Japanese star, champion in Beijing in 2019 and on a steady comeback path, was eliminated by Aleksandra Sasnovich in a stunning turnaround 1-6, 4-6, 6-2. Osaka had been riding good momentum, but struggled against the Belarusian's consistency. Sasnovich believed until the end and earned her first ever win over the former world #1. The match exposed Osaka's drop in intensity after a dominant first set, along with a rise in unforced errors in the following sets. Sasnovich, who hadn't beaten a top 20 player in 16 months, changed her approach during the match, mixing up her shots and taking risks at key moments. The result was one of the most significant victories of her career, restoring confidence to a player eager to climb back up the rankings. Another standout was Anastasia Potapova, who knocked out Canada's Victoria Imbako in a roller coaster duel. Winning in 2 tight sets, the Russian showed maturity by weathering ups and downs and using her experience to prevail over the younger talent. Another rising star who shined was Mira Andreeva. The 18-year-old Russian dispatched China's Zhu Ling 6-2, 6-2 in just over an hour. Her 2025 WTA 1000 campaign continues to impress, reinforcing her image as a precocious player already competing with the elite-level consistency. She delivered powerful ground strokes in long rallies and displayed intelligence in varying her shots, earning applause for points of high technical quality. Her mental growth is also evident, as she stayed composed despite a few breaks against her. This set of results in Beijing highlights the diversity of the women's circuit. On one side, established names like Raducanu and Zheng are seeking affirmation and comebacks. On the other, surprises like Sosnovic and Potapova remind everyone of the WTA's unpredictability. And young talents like Andreeva showcase the ongoing renewal of the sport. And that wraps up another thrilling day at the China Open, with emotional comebacks, shocking upsets, and young promises shining brighter than ever before. If you enjoyed this recap and want to stay on top of everything happening in women's tennis, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Tiebreak News, and hit the notification bell. See you in the next game of emotions.